Hi, this is Chaplain Tyler, and you're watching this video on You Got This with Tyler. I've been a healthcare chaplain for over 14 years, and in that time I've experienced a whole lot of things. I've worked in almost every situation and setting that a person can think of, from acute care and trauma hospitals to community care, long-term care, palliative care. I've worked with dementia, I've worked with kids, and I've seen a lot of things. And so what I wanted to do was to let you know of 3 specific truths that I have come to that I just want to raise to you, to share with you. They may or may not be profound to you, but they were to me, or are to me. So anyways, the first one is that I have been with hundreds of people as they have died. And I have come to believe that in a way that I cannot understand, that people, for the most part, not always, but for the most part, people choose when they die. They choose it when they let go of this life. I have seen people wait and wait and wait for a particular family member to come, and once that family member comes, then they can let go. I have seen people wait until after the holidays, and it's a truth that the rate of people who die are much greater after Christmas and New Year's. There's an increase for that amount of time, for the next month or so. I know one situation where a cleaning staff member went into a hospital room in an ICU where a person had been there for several weeks, had been unresponsive. And this time there was something different. The janitorial staff member, the custodian, kind of stopped, looked at the patient. The patient opened his eyes, turned his head to her, nodded, and stopped breathing. And I had to offer a lot of support for her and help her understand that it was a gift that he was offering. He trusted her. He thanked her because every time she came into the room, she was joyful and happy and interacted with him even though he couldn't interact back. I've seen a lot of that. So there is an element of choice that, again, I don't understand, but it's there. It happens. It's true. So I leave that with you to think about, because the implications of that are interesting. The second truth that I have come to is that when a person really at the end of their life are faced with the end of their own existence, inevitably they start to question the nature of their perception. Is this all there is? Am I sure this is all there is? I have known even the most hardcore atheist who, when faced with the end of their own existence, starts to think, am I more than just the product of this physical body? Are the biochemical impulses and communicators and electric impulses and cellular communication and all that, is that the sum total of who I am? Or is the sum greater than the parts? But at the end of a person's life, if they start to question, even just a little, who they are, what their identity is, not just what their meaning and purpose are, but what is the meaning and purpose of reality? What does that mean? I have not met a single person, even the most hardcore atheist, who does not start to wonder and think there has to be more. There has to be. And now, while this may seem odd, or a person may potentially think that maybe I was leading people to certain conclusions, I try really hard not to do that. I try very, very much to ask questions based on what the person is giving me. I will ask questions like, how are you with the grieving for yourself, for your family? Have you come to terms with your diagnosis? Are you ready? Have you done everything you need to do? Are you content? Are you at peace? And when people start to think about what makes them have peace, whether they're ready to die or not, they start to think about who they are. They start to think about this moment and this present moment and what may come in the future and what does that look like. And inevitably, people just start to realize there's more. There has to be more. Has to be more. So I'm not saying that every single person that I've worked with has come to believe there is a God. I'm saying that they have started to question the nature of their beliefs and that they don't remain exactly where they have been, no matter how certain they were over their entire life that there was nothing more than this present physical reality. There just has to be something more, according to them. The third truth that I have come to is an extension of that. I've seen a lot of things that should not have been possible. I have seen people recover from illnesses and diseases and injuries that should not have been possible. I've seen kids and preemies who have gone through tremendous odds and crises, and there's something in them that just refuses to give up. I've seen people offer themselves in ways to others that I would not have thought possible. And I've had my own share of experiences that tell me that we are not alone. That there is absolutely more in this reality than what we can define or articulate. And what I want to do over the next series of videos is I want to share some of those experiences with you. I want to be able to talk about them and say, here's what I experienced. I don't know what this means, but here's what I experienced. And maybe by doing so, a few people will feel that they're not alone in what they have experienced. That there are things in this world that do not make sense, that point to something else. Now, I tend to believe that God does exist. I do come from a Christian perspective, and so I tend to define things through that lens. And I want to share with you, again, some of those very odd and out there experiences that just don't make any sense at all. So that's what we can look forward to. Those are the three truths that I have come to. There are many others, but those are the three I thought that I would share with you. Somehow we choose when we die. No one remains a true atheist on their deathbed. They will always start to question the nature of their beliefs and come to the conclusion that there has to be something more to this life. And that is true, that there is more to this life, this reality, than what we can physically touch and know. I've had somebody say, well, how do you know there's something more? How can you, well, prove it. Prove there's something more, like as in prove there's God or something like that. And the only thing I can say is, okay, do you love your wife or your husband? Well, yes. Do you love your children? Yes. Prove it. Like it's an abstract concept. It's not something that you can prove other than through actions. It's very difficult to prove a feeling. So it's the same kind of thing in this case, where there's just, by the things that I've experienced, I've come to believe that there's more to this reality than what we can physically know. And I'm going to share a few of those very interesting stories with you. I hope you have a good and a really blessed rest of your day. And I look forward to talking with you. This is Chaplain Tyler signing off. Take care. And remember, I see you, I believe in you, and you got this. Bye.